What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadski, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. And in today's video, we have some of the craziest news that we ever hoped to have happened on One Piece Treasure Cruise. And honestly, this is a character that we were expecting towards the end of the year, maybe even later. And we are getting him on the 31st of May on the Japanese side of One Piece Treasure Cruise. And as you can tell by the title and the thumbnail, the character arriving on One Piece Treasure Cruise Global, or Japan, my bad, is going to be Charlotte Katakuri, Big Mom Sweet Commander. Now, oh my god, this is honestly one of my favorite characters in all of One Piece currently. And all of you people who are only watching the anime right now, you guys don't know the full power of Katakuri, but for all manga readers, you guys already know how amazing this character actually is. So in this video, we're going to be breaking down his captain ability and his special ability. Currently, right now, we don't know what typing he is, we don't know his statistics, we don't know his limit break, we don't even know his special cooldown. However, the website that actually leaked this was like the official One Piece website, and they were giving some information regarding some new One Piece Treasure Cruise information. So we don't know too much, but we do know his captain ability and his special ability. We actually don't even know his actual classes of the actual unit himself, but with his captain ability, you can get a kind of hint towards the fact of what kind of classes he's going to be. So anyways, guys, enough of the talk. Let's get into Charlotte Katakuri. So here you go, guys. Here's the introduction of the brand new Big Mom Sweet Commander, Charlotte Katakuri, into One Piece Treasure Cruise Japan. This guy right here, I love the artwork, honestly. Now, we're not too sure at this current time if this is his 5 or 6 star, but if we go by the fact that the actual Guild Tesoro, when that actually came out, all that information, when that initially came out, that was his 5-star artwork. So likely this is going to be his 5-star artwork, so his 6-star artwork is going to look even more magnificent than this. And once we get the full details regarding his typing, his classes, his stats, I'll put that in the description down below so you guys get the full in-depth analysis of this character. But let's start talking about his actual abilities. So the captain ability of Charlotte Katakuri will go ahead and boost fighter, striker, shooter, cerebral, and powerhouse type characters by 1.825. Now that doesn't seem that strong. However, if you have a unit on your crew that has 2 of those classes, then they are boosted 1.825 times 1.825, which gives you a 3.33 times boost to a unit on your crew that has both of these classes. So just straight off the bat, you can tell that Katakuri will have 2 of these classes. If I had to guess, he's going to be a cerebral striker or a powerhouse striker, just from the fact that he has his actual trident in the picture. But he could be literally any one of these classes, and this is definitely one of the things that a lot of people were like speculating about Katakuri coming to Treasure Cruise, is the fact that he showcases so many different abilities that he can literally fit into so many different classes in One Piece Treasure Cruise, that this kind of captain ability really fits for the character of Katakuri, so that's awesome. But on top of this, not only does he give a 3.3 boost, he will go ahead and make Quick, Psi, Recovery, and Tandem Orbs count as beneficial to your crew. Now that is awesome. So 4 out of the 7 natural orbs are going to be counted as matching. So that is goddamn crazy, man. That's so good. So if you have just a regular like a regular unit, let's say like you have a strength unit, you'll have a strength orb for that unit counted as beneficial, and then you'll have those 4 other orbs as well. So 5 out of the 7 matching orbs will be counted as beneficial for strength, dex, and int characters on your crew with Katakuri. So that is goddamn awesome, getting so many matching orbs just naturally with his captain ability. And especially if you add sailor abilities on top of that, you can get a lot of your orbs counted as beneficial all the time, which is great. So not only you get 3.3 boost, 4 out of the 7 natural orbs matching, he also reduces damage taken by 20%. And if you guys know how the Legend Robin works, you guys would know how significant 20% damage reduction is just passively. That's constant 20% reduction all the time. Like, that is so good. You're not taking any damage. And if you have the double Katakuri, it's 20% multiplied by 20%. I think it's close to 40%. It's like a 36, 37. I'm not 100% sure what the actual reduction is, but it's really good. And then if you add damage reduction sockets on top of that, it's great. But it goes on even further. Now, this is a brand new mechanic that is going to be implemented into Charlotte Katakuri's captain ability, and it states, depending on how much damage you deal in a single turn, he will then go ahead and delay the enemies in the following turn with a certain percentage of it happening depending on how much damage you dealt. So, I've got the actual statistics here. So, if you deal 100,000 damage total in that turn, then you will have a 20% chance to delay all enemies in the following turn. That is pretty good. Then, if you go ahead and deal 500,000 damage, you have a 50% chance to delay all enemies in the following turn. Moving on from that, if you deal 1 million damage in a single turn with your crew, with this guy as your captain, you will always delay the enemies in the following turn. However, if you end up dealing 2 million damage, you will always delay the enemies in the following turn, but it will ignore debuff and delay protectors, so that is absolutely huge. He is the second character in the game now that has the ability to delay enemies through delay or debuff protectors. Now, the thing that we need to know about KATAKURI is, let's say on a stage 4 fight, you go ahead and you deal 2 million damage and you clear that room. If you move on to stage 5, does that delay carry through? If that delays the stage 5 boss, then this guy, in my opinion, will be tier 0. If he does not delay in the next room after you clear the room previously, then that does kind of hinder his usability, in my personal opinion, because his special ability will also revolve around this specific mechanic of his captain ability. So, let's go ahead and recap his captain ability. 3.33 times attack to those 5 classes. 4 out of the 7 natural orbs are counted as beneficial to your crew, 20% passive damage reduction, and also, depending on how much damage you deal, you can delay the enemies. Now, a lot of people, just seeing the attack multiplier of 3.33 times, a lot of people, from what I've seen on Reddit and on Discord, a lot of people are really hating on this character, and I think that is definitely the wrong way to go about it. He is so goddamn good. You gotta remember, he's boosting 5 different classes. So if you have any combination of these 2 classes on a character, you chuck them in that team and you're good to go. Remember, you got guys like Kuzan, Kuzan 6+ being a striker shooter, and he's fantastic. He does AoE damage. He's a chain multiplier locker. Like, that was one of the units straight away that I thought of that would be fantastic for a unit like this. And there's so many good combinations you can make from this. You know, this guy is technically the best shooter captain in the game if you wanna go by that. However, you can't run free spirits on his team, otherwise they don't get a very big boost, because there's a lot of shooter free spirits. But there's so many different team compositions that you can make with this guy, and it gets me really excited. It's gonna be really excited to see how people actually utilize this character in One Piece Treasure Cruise. But it all really comes down to the fact that if his delay will carry through multiple rooms, then 100% yes, he is tier 0, but currently right now it's too hard to say. We don't actually have him ready to use, so we can't actually test it. But if it ends up being that case, then he is one of the better captains in the game, because you get so much versatility, a lot of matching orbs, damage reduction. Man, this guy is so goddamn good. But now let's talk about his very, very powerful special ability. Now here we go, let's talk about the special ability. Now, as I said at the start of the video, we do not know his maximum cooldown currently, but judging by how much stuff it actually does, I would guess it would max at around about 15 turns. If it's anything less than 15 turns, then oh my god, this guy is amazing. But, let's go ahead and go through it. So, first of all, it will boost the attack against delayed enemies by 1.75 for 2 turns for fighter, striker, shooter, cerebral, and powerhouse characters. So for his crew, you get the delayed conditional boost. Now, as I mentioned, his special ability works with his captain ability, and this is where I'm saying, if you can go ahead and burst on a stage 4 and move on to stage 5, and let's say the enemy has a debuff protector, if you can delay through that on the previous turn, you know, doing 2 million damage, move on, delay them, and then on that final boss stage, you can activate his special and get a conditional boost guaranteed through a debuff protector. Man, like, that is unstoppable. This guy is going to be a monster against content. But on top of that, he does not only do a conditional boost, he will go ahead and change strength, dex, quick sight, int, and block orbs into matching orbs for your crew, and also he reduces the special cooldowns of fighter, striker, shooter, cerebral, powerhouse characters by 1 turn. Now, the fact that he actually reduces cooldowns of characters, that's kind of a weird thing, but it kind of makes me think that maybe because he has that kind of special ability, usually characters that have cooldown reduction special abilities have a reasonably low cooldown. But you gotta remember, he changes basically all your orbs into matching, and he's a 2-turn 1.75 delayed conditional booster. So with that, I'm not really too sure where his cooldown will kind of sit. I guess it could kind of fit between 10 and 15 turns. If it's anything in that realm, he is god tier, amazing special ability. But oh my god, man, I just cannot believe that we are getting Charlotte KATAKURI in One Piece Treasure Cruise Japan. And if, as I said, like that, it all really comes down to the fact of whether the delay works through different rooms, because if that does, then oh my god, this might be my favorite legend in the game. And just artwork alone, this is only his 5-star artwork, but he looks so goddamn cool. I'm really excited to see how the different players in One Piece Treasure Cruise Japan actually use this guy. It's going to be very, very interesting to see how that plays out. But anyways, that has been my breakdown of Charlotte KATAKURI in One Piece Treasure Cruise Japan, arriving on the 31st of May 2018. I really hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and if you guys have enjoyed it, make sure to go ahead and smack the like button down below. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content I post on my channel, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But on that, guys, I will see you guys within the next video.